Hello, hello, hello. Good morning from Houston, Texas, United States of America. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International, broadcasting live from Houston, Texas. How you all doing, the people of the world, the people of Africa, the people of Nigeria? Oh, what And how is your weekend going? I hope you guys are having a swell time. Oh, what a day. This is a day. It's 1:38 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston, Texas. And I guess that's about 8:38 a.m. in Nigeria. And whatever it is in other parts of the world from where you are watching. Yeah, special thanks to all of you watching from YouTube and TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Yes, Nigeria is in a rat race. Africa is in a rat race. Which way forward are we looking? Some are hooligan, some are guinea in this rat race. Yes. Good morning. Just if you want to make a comment or you want to contribute, just tell me where you are tuning in from. I'm thinking, when the cat's away. Have you? I'm an African, and I know a lot of Africans. We have had one thing or the other to do with running a rat race. You know what a rat race means? Have you ever chased a rat? You keep chasing it from one corner of the room to the other. If you're not careful, you will not get that rat and maybe perhaps destroy something. Rat race, better explained. Political violence in your city. Yes, so much is happening in Nigeria. A lot of things. I'm going to be very emphatic about what is taking place in Nigeria. Nigeria is officially, even if they don't want to say so, at war. Nigeria is at war. Nigeria is at war. Everything is falling apart in Nigeria. The spate of kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, rape, missing children, and the brazen abuse of power by politicians is alarming. My heart goes out to all my brothers and sisters, friends, family members, and well-wishers in Nigeria, especially with what they have to go through every day, with prices of food skyrocketing, with millions of people not able to go to sleep with food in their stomach. Everything is difficult. Access to cash is a big problem. Unemployment is at its worst rate. The people just live by the day. How are we going to get out of this? And when are we going to get out of this? I'm saying, Rasta don't walk for no imperialist rat race. Are we going to continue this rat race in Nigeria? The genesis of the rat race in Nigeria, it started right at independence. The independence of Nigeria was a huge fraud. Yes, stemming from its amalgamation that was the worst fraud that has to happen to the country. And then from becoming an independent state, there was no clear-cut direction for the country. The foundation was so poor. And then we have kept on. Within the first 6 years of the country's life, the country slipped into a terrible genocide. That they lied to us was a civil war. It wasn't a civil war. It was a genocide. One group of people were set up for destruction. Yes, and that was where the country became worse, became officially disordered. And since then, we have been building on the faulty foundation. Any building put on a sandy foundation never stands. Nigeria is not standing. Sprawling big edifice of an empire that is supposed to be a melting pot for the whole of Africa and beyond. Yes, mismanagement of the people's diversity, terrible foundation, leadership without clear direction, hate, tribalism, ignorance, and all forms of crazy things have bedeviled the country. And we still appear not to have learned anything. We keep on making the same mistake and then expect different result. Nothing is going to change until the people of Nigeria decide that they have had enough. Yes, if you ask me one question, what is the problem? Who are the problems of Nigeria? It's the people of Nigeria who have still not been able to identify to really accept the fact that they have been duped over and over and over and over again. 3 generations, now we are in the 4th generation of Nigerians. We are still building on hate. We are still talking about religious nationalism. We are still talking about tribal bigotry. We are still killing one another. We are still hating like never before. The hate in Nigeria is so difficult to quantify. Everybody is involved and everybody is a victim. Yet the people don't want to learn a new way. They don't want to change. They don't want to change it. They know what is good. The people of Nigeria know what is good, but they don't want to do it. They don't just want to do it. And nobody is going to be able to do it for us except we take that initiative to do it. Yes, it is our call to do it. We have had moments to choose the right type of people to lead us. But every moment, every time we have the opportunity to do so, we make the worst mistakes because of our affiliation, our affinity, for tribalism, and our love for those who rob us, our love for criminals. Yes, it has continued to happen. When are we going to change? Yes, Mr. Staho from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you. Welcome. I appreciate you. Yeah, right there from YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yes, something has to be done. On February 25th, 2023, we had a moment. We had a historic opportunity to turn things around. But no, again, the same thing happened. But this time, the people tried, but the institutionalized evil won't allow them to have their way. And one would have expected that the people of Nigeria would stand firm and say, no, we are not going to accept this. But they let it slide. And here we are. The economy has crashed. Yes, the educational system is at a standstill. Just today, in one university in a Plateau state, gunmen went in there to start killing. Only God knows. We have not known exactly the total figure of those who died out of this. We can't continue that way. So people are now scared of going to school. That's what they want now. They want all the schools shut down. Gunmen went into the school and started shooting for upward of perhaps 45 minutes. Yes. And then in Kogi State, an ex-governor, yes, an ex-governor, he has vacated office. He has had his tenure for 8 years. Now he has questions to answer from the corrupt EFCC. The police could not arrest him. He had a standoff lasting over 1 hour with the police. Yeah, they couldn't arrest him. The police guarding him, the same Nigerian police, some guarding him, won't allow the arresting policemen to come and effect their arrest. In fact, it's the worst embarrassment. Who are you in the United States that the FBI wants you, and then somebody is sitting in the way to prevent you from being arrested? So that tells you the type of banana republic Nigeria has become. Rat race. Glory, Africa, to your destiny in the abundance. Yes, this rat race song was, from me, off of Bob Marley's rat race. The voice you are hearing is me. And I put in a little tweak here and there, to reflect what is taking place in Nigeria. This is sad for a country. This is sad for the African continent. How are we going to get out of this? It's only one thing clear. The people have to make a choice what they want. The democracy in Nigeria is a mockery of democracy. There's no semblance. There's nothing near democratic in Nigeria. How do we have a democracy where the soldiers will go and be killing innocent and defenseless citizens? Yes. Are we supposed to be seeing soldiers on the street in a democracy? What we are having is a military dictatorship in Nigeria. You can't open your mouth to hold a variant opinion, against the government. The next minute, they are sending DSS. They are sending the army. Yes, the army in Nigeria has become so ridiculous. In fact, we don't have an army. The armed forces in Nigeria has been hijacked. It's now a tribal army. It's not a Nigerian army. The same thing, the police has been destroyed. The police has been destroyed. The DSS and the army now are the ones that run amok, run the people aground. You can't hold meetings. They will come and arrest people holding meetings, looking for alternatives to what is happening to their country. What kind of a country is that? Nigeria is not a country anymore. Nigeria is a pariah right now. The fool is facing rat race. We are having a terrible rat race. We are having a terrible time. I wish we can have an Ibrahim Traore in Nigeria. I wish we can have Thomas Sankara in Nigeria. I wish we can have Patrice Lumumba all combined in Nigeria right now. Nigeria needs men. Nigeria needs men of courage, need men of vision, need men who can fight to rescue that country. The country has slipped into the hands of terrorists. Terrorists have taken over all the spaces in Nigeria. Nigeria is facing a serious food security. Yes, food insecurity. Right now, all our forests, all our farmlands have been taken over. Our farmers are not able to go to farms. Instead of these fools holding the people on ransom, addressing those, they are busy fixing the dollar against the naira. How can you your naira will be competing with a dollar when you are not productive? How? They are busy working the exchange rate. Now they have manipulated it to give us a false exchange rate, to give the impression that something is being done. How would you manipulate the Nigerian financial market? And then the cost of food, nothing has changed. With the prices of food, the people are still hungry. People are still suffering. People are still gnashing their teeth. People are still not able to do anything. Children are out of school. Hospitals are no more hospitals. So what is this that is taking place? But they want to give the impression that they are doing something. Nothing is being done. The country is at a standstill right now. How the people of Nigeria have become so docile is what I still have not been able to put a finger on. Why Nigerians, even in poverty, they still have the space to talk about tribalism. They still have the space to fight tribal war. They still have the space to argue over religion. Yes, two foreign religions put with economics in it. Yes, they have become schizophrenic, so distant from reality, so distant from who they are. They are not able, Nigerians are no more able to hold their leaders accountable because the leaders they choose are all criminals. How will a criminal grow an economy? How will a criminal make an educational policy that will improve the quality of education? How will a criminal run an economy? How will a drug dealer, how will a terrorist, how will a bandit run an economy? That is the dilemma we are in Nigeria right now. We need men. I don't know where the men of guts are in Nigeria. They have driven all the intellectuals in Nigeria outside the country. Yes, we are all operating from outside the country. The real nation builders have been driven off of the country for terrorists to take it over. We face a grave situation, a very, very dangerous situation that we face in Nigeria right now. Where is this solution going to come from? Where is the help going to come from? It's not like we don't have intellectuals who can do it. It's not like we don't have men with the brain power to do it. But these people will not allow them come in. And they have weaponized poverty in Nigeria. That everybody that you talk to, the first thing they're asking you is for, what do I get? People are paid to be responsible. People buy. When you buy loyalty, it expires. And then when it expires, you have to pay more in order to get support. Countries are not run like that. Our people don't even understand the meaning of citizenship and nationhood anymore. Nigeria is on the canvas. Something has to be done. Who do we look up to? The African Union is not African Union anymore. The ECOWAS has collapsed. The people are weak and vulnerable, hungry, and cannot do anything. The terrorists are out there with AK-47 harassing the people day and night. Yes, they have weakened them so much that the people are beginning to leave their villages. Just like what happened in 1804 when Usman Dan Fodio came and destroyed the Hausa land. This is exactly what is taking place. It's a replica of exactly the same methodology, the same ideology. Starve the people to death so they vacate their places, and then the invaders will come and form their governments. That is about what is about to happen. Nigerians don't understand that their country is at a war right now. Some still are still having the time to be dancing, to be partying, because the bullets have not started hitting them. But they have not been able to come close to those who are at the battlefront receiving the bullets already. Thousands of people die in Nigeria for one reason or the other, related to starvation, related to insecurity, related to lack of leadership from those that they choose as leaders. Oh my God.
Look at the dog race, look at the human race. But this is a rat race. Rat race. On the sea.
Nigeria is under siege. Nigeria is under siege. And let me quote what Steve Biko said. The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the people. Yes, the most potent weapon of the oppressor is the mind of the people. The people of Nigeria have their mind hijacked. People with advanced degrees are not even thinking rationally anymore. You see them aligning with these men of evil. Which sane country will have a drug dealer that was indicted here in the United States being their president? Which sane country will have a vice president with links to terrorist organization? Yes, which sane country will have a minister of defense that has ties with bandits and terrorists? A man who was funding and is still funding, is still in touch with bandits, buying operational vehicles for them, and at the same time is the Minister of Defense of Nigeria. Which sane country will have that? Something is wrong. Something is wrong with Nigeria. Something is wrong with Nigeria. How are Nigerians going to solve this? This is where the question is. Nigerians, are you willing to sell your country or to give up your country to invaders and then you become slaves in it? Question for you. We have been telling you, organize. Self-defense is a universal doctrine. In the absence of an army or the police defending you, instead of allowing terrorists to come and be killing you every day, you have to defend yourself. We don't have a country anymore. We don't have a defense force. Nothing. This is how bad the situation of Nigeria is. Nigeria needs help. Nigeria needs its best. Nigeria needs its men. Where are the men in Nigeria? Where are the men of courage in Nigeria? Where are the terrorists of Nigeria? Where are the Thomas Sankaras? Where are the Nzogos of this world in Nigeria? We don't have them. We can't rely on the army. The army is compromised. Armed forces of Nigeria are compromised. Buhari destroyed the armed forces of Nigeria to put us in this rat race. Yes, Buhari put us in this mess. He recruited terrorists and called them repentant terrorists, and put them in the army. He put them in the custom. He put them in various security forces. They are there. You can't get the army to do the work of Nigeria anymore. The people that they say they are the commanders of the army, they are there just as nominal commanders, not because they have the power to do anything. The army of Nigeria is now remotely controlled from people outside the army. That is the big trouble we have. Yes, and there is a connection with outside forces who want Africa to be destroyed so they can move in again. Not this time, not to occupy, not to just colonize, but to occupy for keeps and forever. Subjugate the people and then make them slaves, eternal slaves in their country. Our young people in Nigeria are not seeing this. I've never seen this generation, this type of generation of young people. They are unlike generation of young people across Africa. They are not. They don't see the sense of urgency required of them to stand up and rise and do the needful for their country. They are not bothered about their future. They are bothered about making cheap little money. Yes, the young Nigerians are becoming a huge disappointment. I have to tell you this. I love you. I've been working with you. I've been talking to you. Look at what the Senegalese did. There are young people there who did it. Look at what the Nigerians did. Young people who did it. Look at what the Burkinabes are doing. Young people are doing it. Look at South Africa now. What is taking place there? They are waking up because they are tired of being ruled by people who don't care about the people. Yes, the African leadership right now needs to be put into the hands of pure Pan-Africanists, those who feel the pulse of the people, those who feel the pains of the people, those who align with the people, not those who deal with them from a distance. Yes, but we don't have them in Nigeria yet. We have them, but they are not allowed. They are being prevented from getting into that spot where they can be of use to Nigeria and by extension Africa. If we had a strong AU, I would have recommended that the AU put an army together to come and invade Nigeria, at least to set the people of Nigeria free from those holding them hostage. But unfortunately, the AU is as weak as Nigeria because those who populate the AU are all weak African leaders, weak, corrupt puppets from Africa, with the exception of a few. Now, I appeal, seriously, this is a digression. I appeal once again to South Africans. Next month, your election is coming. Your election is coming. If you love Africa, you are a South African today. If you love Africa, if you truly, truly love Africa, if you truly, 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 truly love Africa, I am talking to you, South Africans. Don't be stubborn about this. But some of you don't know what is taking place at the global stage. Don't ever make the mistake of putting someone out there who cannot defend the interests of Africa. This whole thing is about defending the interests of your people. We have had people for over 60 years who go there, collect money from the imperial forces, and give them the room to come and destroy Africa. The same people who will steal from us come back and give us aid and tell us that we are poor from what they stole from us. How are we poor? You steal from me and then you give me a pittance out of it. You call me poor. I would prefer a leadership that will manage my thing, keep them at home, first of all for domestic use, and then if we all get to the global level, we'll be dealing with me as an equal and not as a vassal, not as a conquered person. This is what we need right now. This is that direction. But I know Nigeria is going to be the obstacle to the unification of Africa unless the people of Nigeria do something now. This is not a question of tomorrow. We need action from the people of Africa now, because Africa runs a risk of a second colonization. And what they want is a weak Nigeria to have an inroad to make it happen. Nigeria is weak right now. Nigeria is on the canvas. Nigeria is on its belly because of bad, poor leadership. Nigeria has a puppet. Yes, it has a European puppet right there who doesn't know what he wanted to be president. And they gave it to him through corrupting all of our institutions. Yes, it was a coup d'etat. Our INEC was corrupted. The armed forces was corrupted. Everything, the judicial system, the court system was corrupted. Yes, even corrupted up to the United States. Yes, that's how bad it was for the people of Nigeria. They twisted the people of Nigeria to allow a drug dealer, a certificate forger, and an identity thief to be their president. And not as bad as that was. Then he was spared. His vice president is a terrorist, known terrorist. He can't deny it. Yes, the young man, Kabiru Sokoto, who bombed the United Nations building, yes, in 2007 or something thereabout, yes, and killed scores of people, including Americans, including Europeans. Yes, that young man is free now. He wasn't prosecuted. He's supposed to die. Yes, that guy is free right now. You know where he was arrested? He was arrested in Kashin Shettima's house, along with some other suspects who were involved in the bombing. That is how bad. Nigeria is bad. We used to hear about Colombia. Colombia is a child's play where Nigeria is right now. It's so bad. You can't even, you can only, you know when you are leaving, you are not sure of coming back. Kidnappers all over the place. Yes, that is how bad. The insecurity in Nigeria is second to none anywhere in the world right now. It's that bad. It is that bad. Corruption has gotten worse. Yes, infrastructure is breaking down. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. You know, on May 29, it will be 1 year since these terrorists took over Nigeria. So I want to know what their scorecards will be, what they have done to improve the lots of Nigeria. Nothing, absolutely. I am scared, I'm worried, really, I'm worried. So if you're a Nigerian from anywhere around the world, in every part of Nigeria right now, nowhere is safe. Not one place. Not one. All our communities, the rural communities, all the people there live in fear. When you have a situation like that, and you don't have anybody to look up to, the security apparatus have been destroyed. Nothing. It looks like they tell them not to even react. And when they do, they are fighting on the side of those tormenting Nigeria. They fight on the side of the invaders. That is to tell you the level of compromise that is going on. They don't want the world to hear that, but we have to say it the way exactly it is. That is how horrible things are in Nigeria right now. Nigeria is in a rat race, a terrible rat race. Yeah. Yeah, I just received a message now. A young girl, 11-year-old, was kidnapped in Port Harcourt, River State. 11-year-old. Yes. Now she's been gone for 2 days. Yeah, the parents are all over the place looking for help to see if they can locate her. I pray and hope that they'll find her. Worse situations had happened in the past. Now, Nigeria is a hub for harvesting organs. A lot of the people they kidnap, they will kill them, take their kidneys, take their hearts, take their livers for sale somewhere. We don't know where the market is. There was a time we were hearing that people were taking Nigerian organs to China and other parts of the world to sell. So a lot of people, children missing, adults missing, women missing. We'd never hear anything back from them. People will come, kidnappers will come into an elementary school and with a bus and empty a whole school inside the bus. No Nigerian security operative, no army, no police, nothing. They will take them for as long as they want them. Once they get settled and pay the ransom, like the ones that happened in Kaduna State, over 48 students were taken from a high school, and they came and said that they did not pay ransom. Who said that they did not pay ransom? Kidnappers will not leave their hostages without collecting ransom. And that they were bragging, the illegal rogue government, bragging that they have since quietly and silently released over 1,000 Nigerian people who were kidnapped. Are you serious? For a country that has an army, a country that has a serious police, yes, terrorists are fighting you. The only time they have sense, they have power, is when they want to invade Igbo land. They want to attack Okwama in Niger Delta, where there is nobody challenging them. They go there, chase the suffering civilians, already suffering people, chase them into the bush for days and weeks. Yes. In fact, 2 weeks ago, people were contributing sanitary pads for women hiding inside the bush in Nigeria because the soldiers came and took over their community. Sad Nigeria. How are we going to continue like this? This is not the Nigeria that we know. This rat race has to end. And to end it, all of us must get involved. If you are a Nigerian and you are afraid of talking, you are afraid of organizing, this is the time. Freedom does not come free. It comes with sacrifices. It comes with risk. All the people who revolted, they paid prices for their freedom. Nigeria is in the hands of invaders right now. And if we don't do anything about it, we will become slaves. And our children will condemn us forever. This is how horrible the situation in Nigeria is. We need help. We need more Nigerians to come out and do their part. Don't sit down and fold your arm because it has not come to you. Because definitely it's going to come. They will. Because they are daring. They are not joking. They mean business. They are determined to take Nigeria. And they have done a great job at it so far. We don't have nobody but ourselves right now to defend ourselves. This is the sad situation. A country that has no defense system, a country that has no police, a country that has no army, a country that has nothing. All the security agencies work against the people instead of working against those who are compromising our security. That is somebody, you can kill anybody in Nigeria. As long as you can pay off some people, then case closed. Yes. They know the masterminds of the terrorism. They know those behind. They are in government, the people who are doing this. Yes. high-profile citizens of Nigeria, and it's worse in the north of Nigeria. Those are the ones who don't want the young people in the north of Nigeria to unite with their peers from across the country. They hold them with religion. And when you stand up to challenge them, they call you an enemy of Islam, like they have told me that I'm an enemy of Islam. Yeah, for their inability to provide leadership for their people, and you challenge them, they tell you you are enemy of Islam. And then because they have twisted the heads of their people, those poor people, we think those are the real leaders that they have. So this is the reason we are preaching to them now. You understand? Islam does not support terrorism. Islam does not support any form of criminality. Islam does not support robbery and kidnapping. Islam does not support any form of violence. Yes, but some of the people, some of the preachers are rogues, and the only way they can continue to be relevant is to continue to teach the wrong ideology, teach the people the wrong doctrine that put them at odds with their fellow Nigerians. This is a big work. So if you are from the north of Nigeria, you need to understand that if after an imam teaches you anything, go back and read your Quran to see what the Quran is saying about what you were taught. If you are taught to hate someone, if you are taught to kill someone, it's not. It's the person, whoever is teaching you, is not teaching you the right doctrine. And the same thing with the Christians who use the Bible to emotionally blackmail their followers to collect money from them, make them poor, and tell them they can now stand up. You should pray for your leader that is killing you, that God, Jesus will come and do it. And then Jesus is not going to come. God gave you dominion. Dominion is powerful. Dominion is what translates into basic human rights. God told you to defend your rights. Yes, guard your rights jealously and defend it fiercely when they come under attack. That is why, again, that is why your right is your life. Just as your life is your right. If you lose one, you lose the other. So you have to fight. You have to fight. That is why the issue of right is taken very seriously. Yes, you have a right to your life, right to your choice, right to freedom of expression, right to freedom of association, right to freedom of worship, and right to self-determination. Yes, those are your basic human rights. And only one man can give it, and that's the Almighty God. Your president cannot give you rights. No. If it is left for man, man will not give you any right. And that is why they come violently to violate your rights, to repress you and make you submit to their will. And when you give up your right, you are giving up your life. And that is why you must fight whenever they take it. And that's why the people of Nigeria must fight, because their rights are being violated. Their rights are being taken away from them. Their rights are being subjugated. They are afraid. Government is not for you to fear. Government should fear you, because you are the people. You are the government. You are the one who put people in power. So they should be the one afraid of you. But they twist it around for you to be afraid of them. Nigerian people fear government. Yes, against what it is supposed to be. The government is supposed to be afraid of you. Government is not the state. There's a difference between the state and the government. The state is the vessel that never goes away. Government comes and goes. Government are a people that you can hold accountable if they start misrepresenting you. But the people of Nigeria don't know their right to that extent, that the government is supposed to be under them. They are supposed to be the one telling government what to do, and not the government telling them what to do. That is what Nigerians don't understand. You see Nigerians, you see them they are so educated. They don't know their rights. They don't know their rights. That's why people come in and trample on them and get away with it. Like this criminal is getting away with a lot of murder in Nigeria. Unchallenged. 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 They tell them fear government. No, you should never be afraid of a government. Your government should be afraid of you. Yes. That is why when the people decide that they don't want any government anymore, either by force or through vote, it happens. Nigerians don't know their rights. They are busy dancing Davido. They are busy doing all this silly. This is not the moment for that. We are at a war right now. Our preoccupation is how to end this war, set ourselves free. Yes, Nigerians, get up and stand up. Especially the young generation. You young generation, your future is so gloomy. You don't have a future. The country is about finished. And if the country crashes, it's you that is going to suffer. And that is why it is you who must stand up and fight for your right. It is you who must stand up and fight for your country. Because tomorrow you are supposed to take and be in the saddle of leadership. You won't have anything to lead. You will be slaves to imperial forces that are oiling their war machine to come into Africa to crash it. And starting with Nigeria. Nigeria is the big ticket. And they are doing a great job at it. They are about to finish Nigeria off. And if they finish Nigeria off, I think that's the major obstacle that they will have. Nigerians, let us set. I know we love life. We love enjoyment. I love enjoyment too. But I've been putting my life on that. I receive death threats every day. Yeah, the agents of the enemies are here where I am. Yes, we are more careful doing what we do right now because they don't want this voice to be heard anymore. Yeah, that is why I have officially decided to stay away from Nigeria. Yes, because if I go to Nigeria, they will arrest me, and then you will not be hearing this voice anymore. So I'm more dangerous, I'm more potent here. And even at that, they are looking for ways to end it. Nigerians, listen. Get up and stand up. And stand up for your rights. A Chinese will not do it for you. An American will not do it for you. Britain will not do it for you. Portugal will not do it for you. France will not do it for you. They are all looking for their strategic interest. Cheap raw materials from Africa. All right? Weak people, weak institutions, weak governments, corrupt Nigerian African officials. That's what they look for in a country. That is why you see them, they get interested in elections in countries in Africa. They want to put their puppets in. When they have their puppets in, they have easy access to the mineral and natural resources of that country. They will give us arms, create armed groups who will be fighting, all right? Who will be fighting. They supply us guns. They supply us different weapons that we are not able to make in our countries, and we pay for them. That grows their economy, all right? Now, when we are distracted, they are coming to steal our raw materials. All right, that's another second thing. And then when they decide that the war is over, they will move in their equipment to say they want to reconstruct the country. Yes, the infrastructures of the country. And who pays for it? You. It grows the economy. Your people have died. Your people are hungry. Your future is bleak. Your economy is struggling. And you never get up because you are a copycat. And a copycat can never, ever be an original cat. That is why Africa has been set back for as long as it has been. Yes, that is why we have been struggling. In the midst of we having about 45% of the Earth's resources, but we still have the poorest people, 1.4 billion people, mostly young people, hopeless. Yes, that is Africa. We have all the good things, but we cannot build. We cannot create our own system. This is now the time. And that is why young people like Traore are revolting. That is why this young Senegalese who just became president, that is why he's angry. That's why he fought his way. Nigerians put revolutionaries in power. I came home 2019 to run for election. How many did I see? Did I see you? You were expecting me to pay you money in order to put me in power. Can you imagine if I was in the Senate as I wanted to be at the time? Buhari will not do any of those things that he did and went away scot-free. Because I had a different plan about what to do, move the people in to take over that National Assembly and drive all the criminals away. Yes, it looks like they sensed what I was about to do. That's why they start and block me from day one. Yes, it is in your hands. If you decide to continue to support the darkness that is hurting you, especially the young people, it is a choice that you make. But every choice comes with consequences. It's time to think. One thing that I beg of you, you young people in Nigeria, and young Nigerians all over the world, and actually young Africans everywhere, end this culture of tribalism. Tribalism does not produce anything good. Tribalism does not grow economies. Tribalism is a setback. You can still be a country citizen, maintaining your tribe, go back home, speak your language, enjoy your culture. That's all. But when you are in a country with other people, a diverse country with other people, you have to respect rights, respect boundaries. Understand that there's a difference between a country and a tribe. All right? So let's learn, because nobody is going to teach it in a class. They won't teach it because those people who benefit from it want to deepen it. That is why most African countries are struggling. I live in the United States. The whole world is represented here. People with different cultures. But we are able, because of the system, we are able to conform to what guides the system. And we are able to get along with each other. Nobody is killing one another the way we do it in Africa. Do I say that there are no frictions? Yeah, there are frictions here. But when there is a friction, there are ways to solving those friction. There is a pathway to solution for every problem. But in Africa, we don't. We want to create it. And wherever if we do, it only exists on papers, but not in practice. And this is the challenge before your generation. This is a puzzle this young generation must solve. End tribalism, end religious nationalism. Yes, those who brought the religion to Africa, do you see them fighting religious wars in their place? No. They made Africa a plantation. Yes, a plantation, a violent plantation, for the struggle, for the fight, for the survival of their economic, religious ideologies. And we are there, stupid people that we are, not looking to find out what did Arabs do to African people. 700 years of slavery in the hands of Arabs. If you are not aware, maybe perhaps that's the reason they took away the study of history from Nigerian schools. 700 years of Arab slavery. Yeah. Yes. Africans were enslaved for 700 years by the Arabs. The European came and enslaved the same people for 400 years. 7 plus 4, 1,100 years of slavery, of the enslavement of Africans by these two contending forces. And this is the reason why Africans must shut up and be quiet about what is going on between Iran and Israel and Palestine. That's none of your business, because they don't care about you. All the suffering that we are suffering in Africa, have you ever heard Israel help us? Are you hearing Iran coming to help us? When they come with arms so that we continue to kill ourselves for their own benefit. Shut your stupid mouth up, Africans. Yes, keep quiet and focus on finding yourself. We are schizophrenics right now, so distant from reality. We don't even know who we are. We are disordered, we are disorganized, our building template is on the prism of people that don't know anything about us. We don't know anything. We don't have any kind of semblance, any similarities. We must build our own system. The reason why we are suffering is because we failed, and they made it impossible for us to build our own system. We must build an African system, organic African system. Are you talking about financial system? We must be an African financial system. We must build African technology. Technology adapted to who we are. And we still have a way to relate with the outside world on equal terms, but no longer as slaves, no longer as apprentices to anybody. This is what we need right now. This is what the Traores are talking about. This is what the Malemas are talking about. This is what the Fays are talking about. This is what I am talking about. This is what Professor Patrick Lumumba has been talking about all over Africa. Now is the moment. Why can't we have a new Africa with the power to think for ourselves, and not us relying on people to from outside to come and solve our problem? They come with the mindset of fake solution. They know that it's not going to work, and then it's like a doctor, who will prescribe medicines. He knows that it's going to have a complication or side effects. The side effect will become another sickness that will warrant more medication, that will warrant more side effects. Revolving hell. We need to end it. We need to find ourselves. There are men who can do it. We have them all over Africa. Give them power. Stop asking them for money before you vote them into power. And where they come through military coup, because I guess that would have been the best thing for Nigeria right now. But Nigeria does not have an army that can do any military coup that I will even blind behind. Because no, it's not. We make things work. The only way Nigerians can change anything is by the people coming together and remove the mess that is holding them down. Otherwise, no. I won't support any military coup for Nigeria. It won't work like it worked in Burkina Faso. It won't work like it worked in Niger. It's not going to work like it worked in Guinea. It won't work like it worked in Mali, because the Nigerian military is a very corrupt organization that actually deserves to be disbanded. We don't have an army. So I'm not going to put my bet behind anybody coming from the Nigerian army to want to do a coup. That person must be something else, to be able to convince me in that direction. The people of Nigeria must take this action and do it by themselves. I think it will be more historic, and it will be something that generations will remember them for. But I'm still looking. I don't know how it's going to happen. But going through democratic process, a criminal who came to win an election from behind, from the back door, is not going to. He will never allow any other person to defeat him. So that's why I am laughing at those who are preparing ahead of 2027 in Nigeria. There will be no 2027. Yeah, if we allow this trajectory to continue, we are going to get a worse outcome. It will not. A rogue, you are not serious about Escobar in Nigeria. So that's why it's not going to work. It's not going to bring any reform that will guarantee free and fair election. It's impossible. It's impossible. The situation in Nigeria deserves a commensurate people's force to end this nonsense that is taking place in that country. Yes, that is what is needed. Yes. So, Africans, again, before I leave, we have a crucial election in South Africa. A crucial election. I believe that if South Africa gets it right with Julius Malema as president, we will make a headway in the revolution that is coming to hit Africa. The signs are there, the precursors are there, the possibilities are there. But there are some obstacles that we must overcome. The obstacle in South Africa that needs to be overcome to put a Pan-Africanist in power. And that would be a huge boost for the revolutionaries across Africa. We need South Africa so badly. We need South Africa. We have Burkina Faso, we have Mali, we have Niger, we now have Senegal, Guinea. We're not too sure about the guy in Guinea, But if we add South Africa to it, it's going to skyrocket something because of the personality involved. So please, South Africans, please, South Africans, if you love Africa, for the love of Africa, set aside whatever difference, whatever concerns, whatever fear that the people who run the establishment in South Africa are trying to put into your head. Heaven will not be let loose. It's all about justice. And if Africans don't get justice, we will continue to struggle. We need justice right now. Africa is for Africans. Africa must benefit Africans. Africans must be the drivers of Africa. We don't care what anybody else says. Yes, Africa does not go to tell anybody what they do. Yes. Why are we not having African construction companies in China? Why are we not having African road construction companies in the United States? Why are African road construction companies or electricity companies powering electricity in Europe, especially in Paris, especially in the United Kingdom, whatever they call it? Yeah, why? Tell me. So they reduce us, they put us in that corner where we continue to take like beggars from them. No, open it up. If an American company can come and construct roads in Nigeria, why can't a Nigerian road construction company construct road in America? Yes, let the world go round. And there has to be the democratization of the United Nations. They stifle us and make us look like we are retards that we are not. That we are people with learning problems. No, we don't. If you ask me right now, the United Nations is the most useless organization. I don't even know why people go there. Africans go there to waste time every September to make all those crazy speeches that nobody listens to. And then they come back, waste all their resources to come to New York to waste time. Why not build a strong African Union? I think it's better. It will work. We can solve our problems. Right? If we have need to have any bilateral relationship with anybody, it will be on equal terms. It will be on our own terms. If we are selling goods to any country, it will be that we fix the price of our good. If we are selling uranium, our own uranium, it will be we who will set the price for it. If we are selling diamond, it will be our own price, not their own terms. We don't care what that they produce and then finish the product and bring it to sell to us. We can create our own companies. Now, why do we have all these very educated scientists from Africa? What are they doing? If we put them to use, because we have been underutilizing our people, that is why we have been suffering. African leaders don't build capacity. They don't build research institutions. They don't do anything. They're always going cap in hand. We don't have this technology. Come help us. Come and help us. Help you what? Why can't you build your own capacity? 60, how many years? The youngest African country right now is Sudan, South Sudan. Okay, let me exclude South Sudan. Which other one? Angola. Angola was about the last one. No, Angola was 1975. Zimbabwe. Calculate 1980 to now. That's a long time for a country to put itself on a pathway to success. But no, we continue to depend on the advice, bad advices from wrong people who are driven by economists. The person who put you through those dangerous, hellish slavery, imperialism, colonialism, apartheid, and now globalization. Globalization is the finisher for Africa because it gives them the right to come and seize land in Africa. Any person who did that to you will never, because it's a legacy of survivor, their own survivor. You know, they have a right to survive. But we have a right to refuse that will be used for parasites who hurt us to survive. We have to negotiate and still be able to be of use to one another. That is what they don't want. That is why they continue to look down on us. And it is our fault that they are doing that to us. But we can stop it. And now is the time to stop it. Good night and have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.